Inside, the lights are brighter, the rides are faster, and the ice never melts.
Let the Utah roll.
Join us December 20th through the 29th at the Ernest and Moriel Convention Center. Get your tickets now at nolachristmasfest.com.
LifeCare provides valuable whole life insurance to cover final expenses such as medical bills, burial costs, and unpaid debt. A final expense insurance policy is fast, easy, affordable life insurance that's available to anyone between the ages of 50 and 80. No medical exams, no lengthy questionnaires, and no waiting period. The application process is quick and easy. You can even apply without having to undergo a medical examination. Just answer a few questions and we'll do the rest. With the average funeral cost skyrocketing to $11,000 and Social Security only paying $255, you need simple, affordable peace of mind for you and your whole family. Don't leave behind unpaid expenses that, if left unattended, will burden your family tremendously. Benefits include a guaranteed premium that will never increase, a guaranteed cash value, and a guaranteed death benefit that can never decrease. To find out how you can get final expense insurance with a guaranteed lifetime rate lock, call LifeCare at 800-571-9955. That's 800-571-9955. 800-571-9955.
Hey, this is Don, marketing consultant with WBOK. I want to send a special thank you out there to all of our listeners, all of our supporters. I want to send a happy holidays out to everyone in the whole city of New Orleans. Enjoy your family time and be safe.
Yo, turn it up. It's Gerod on the air, spitting truth in the booth. We ain't going nowhere. New Orleans City got its heart in the beat, but corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. But corruption creeping in, gotta take back the street. From the French Quarter vibes to the Ninth Ward grind, he's the voice of the people, yo, he's one of a kind. Talking about the struggle, the hustle, the pain, but with each word he drops, he's bringing power to the game. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. Try to silence the truth, but he's loud and clear. From the bayou to the block, everyone can hear. Got the people united, it's a movement, no doubt. With his mic in hand, he's breaking all the clout. City eat the official scheming, yeah, they playing it slick. But Gerod's on the line and he's ready to kick. For the schools and the streets, he's fighting the fight. With a heart full of passion, he's igniting the night. Gerod on the radio, calling out the lies, bringing light to the dark, keeping hope in our eyes. He's the voice of the people, making changes unfold. In the city of NOLA, we're reclaiming our soul. From the jazz in the streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. So tune in, y'all, let the truth resonate. With Gerod on the mic, we're rewriting our fate. In New Orleans, the power is ours to embrace. Keep it real, keep it loud, let's uplift this place. Streets to the gumbo pot, he's the pulse of the city, giving all he's got. Together we rise, united we stand. With Gerod on the radio, we're taking back our land. Let the truth resonate with Gerod.
What's going on, good people? Welcome to the show. It is today's Thursday, right?
Yeah, Thursday. You are your own biggest fan.
Yeah, I gotta be. With some of the craziness we be talking about. Well, I'd be sitting here depressed if I didn't.
Bro.
I'm serious. What's going on, good people? Hoping everybody's having a good Thursday. The tardiness, sorry about that one. We had the big, I had to go to my other job and participate with all the fine men and women's over at the Orleans Parish Sheriff's Office. They had their annual Christmas party today, and all 800 employees showed up. And I got blocked in. So I don't know if you've ever parked over there. But if anybody know what I'm talking about, if you ever parked over there, it's rough trying to find a parking space. Then you got to go to the other football field if you didn't get a parking space. So I didn't get one, so I parked in the other football field. So I had walked all the way over there. Then I had to walk all the way back.
Well, look at it like this. You got your steps in today.
Yeah, my leg hurting now.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you know my foot, my knee.
Yeah.
So I had to do that, and then it took him another 10 minutes to come down because I had to walk back and had the DJ that was in there to announce that somebody had somebody blocked in. So it was one of them. All right. What you say, Miss Pam? How you doing?
Hey, sweetheart, how are you, Gerard?
Good. How you doing?
Are we spelling Gerard with a T? Gerard.
That's right, Gerod. Mm-hmm. That's me. That
I
is
wanted
me.
to say hi, but baby, when they broke in with that song, The System, that song, oh, you know about The System, right?
Yeah. Sound like you was
Okay.
reminiscing about something. What's up? What's up?
There it is.
That,
Pow!
yes, indeed. That sounds like you need
That
a
took
setup.
me
That's what that
way
needs.
back,
She need a
bruh.
setup to go along with that one. Mm-hmm.
That took me way back. I was like, oh, wait, ooh, whoa, hold on, slow down.
Come back with us now. Come back with us.
I'm just, I just had to. All I called you about is to say hello, Gerard and Gerard,
Mm-hmm. The both of us.
and actually the system, bruh, the system.
You gonna be all
I'm
right?
ready to rock and roll. I'm ready to roll and rock.
I got some
I'm
questions
ready
for
to
you.
roll that song.
I got some questions for you.
Oh,
You
no.
ready?
Okay.
Did
I'm ready.
you watch your president last night
Yep.
make his speech to America?
Bruh, come on now. And he looked like he was smothered by all the Christmas trees and decorations. And look at me. What a
Trump's speech last night had to be one of the most divisive speeches that I have ever heard him do. It was like he was yelling into the microphone.
right.
It was like he was just mad at the world.
Yeah.
And for that,
And he never stopped talking.
and he
I
for
wanted to know what they
18
shot
minutes,
him up with.
18 minutes blamed everybody for the failures of his administration.
Yeah. Everybody
Everybody
but, the
but
child of
him.
God.
And I'm trying to figure out why, and I think everybody should be asking this question. Why does he think that we are happy with the way things are? Everything
That's
is
what
high as giraffe ass to me. I'm like, okay, he doesn't know this.
I love when you say that. I love when you say that.
Either he's not in touch with what's going on with America or he don't care. And now what I was looking at was the non-addressing of these for our health care. He did not address that America's getting ready to have some real big problems with our health care. And the Republicans put together a plan for health care that's going to get turned down by the Senate anyway. So I was like, okay, so he's talking about everything to me that don't make no sense. And to start off your speech, I'm gonna send you this speech so you can play it, but we're gonna stop it in the middle anyway. But
do we have to hear his voice?
We're gonna do it today because I need to analyze this.
Please, no.
Just to make some people just go, what the hell? Because I know a lot
It
of
is
folks
what
did
the
not
hell.
watch it. I know a lot of folks didn't watch it. So that's gonna make me just go.
Look, Gerard. This dude's a narcissist. He doesn't understand what he's doing. He never understood that. He will never be presidential. And he's just where he's at. And it seemed like, I was like, what shot did they give him? He keeps talking and he ain't making no goddamn sense.
Has he ever?
Never, ever, ever.
Never.
It's
Ever,
called
ever?
verbal
We
diarrhea.
listening to just absolutely free air. And they taking our shows and stuff for him. Oh my God, and he's got all these Christmas trees around him, and he's got all the decorations and stuff like that. Don't nobody care about you, dude.
You know the biggest complaint that I heard more so in the last 24 hours than anything else? The people were mad that he interrupted Survivor.
Their channels.
That they interrupted Survivor. I was like, really? I've heard that more than anything else, that he had the audacity to come on right in the middle of Survivor, and they wanted to see it. I was like, wow.
That's sad, bruh. That's sad. But, you know, you look at where we're at and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, we have a new year coming, and we are going to be voting. 26 is going to change a whole lot of stuff. Believe you me. It's going to change a whole lot of stuff. And a whole lot of them people is walking out. They don't want to be bothered with them. What was the lady's name that said all the things she
You're
said?
talking about Marjorie
Let me tell
Taylor
you
Greene?
something. Not her, the other lady. There was another one. What was her name? But anyway, Marjorie Taylor. But I'm keeping my eye on her, too. I'm keeping my eye on her, too.
I would agree
lady,
with you 100%, but I'm scared people not going to get out there and I'm scared people not going to get out there and vote again.
Right. But Gerard, I'm gonna flip the script just a little bit. I think people are sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I've been sick and tired a long time, many years.
Well,
but
we
that
all
don't mean,
have been.
That don't
but
mean
I
they ain't
think
gonna get out there and vote.
I think this one in 26 is going to be different. I really believe it's going to be different because there are going to be a lot of people. You better strap your Christmas Carol balls on and get out there and vote.
Wait a minute, your Christmas what there? I'm sorry, Miss Pam, excuse me.
You heard me. I ain't going to repeat. You heard me.
Yes,
and I meant what I said. I said what I meant.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just not feeling the people wanting to go out and vote.
Mhm. Gerard, I feel where you're coming from, brother. But at the same time, I feel a different way because see, a lot of us women, and especially as Black women. We can make a pot of gumbo and you won't know what's in it.
Y'all had the opportunity to fix that gumbo with a couple of crabs and a whole bunch of other fixings in the last vote. And I can tell you this, he won every swing state. So either somebody fixed some bad gumbo or they said they were going to fix it and didn't even go to the daggone store to get no seafood.
There you go.
One of
now
the two.
Just watch. Sit back and watch. Things are changing. 2026, things are changing. A lot more people are getting their minds right, I believe. And as us, as Black women and Black folk, we got our minds, it's always been right, but we always got it straight. But, see, that's what's going to trip up. The ones that think, oh, bruh, election time coming.
Well, I'm just waiting because I was a little bit disturbed that this man did an 18-minute speech. And what usually anytime that there's a State of the Union, State of America address or whatever, there's also a rebuttal that is usually done by the Democrats. Where were they last night? Where were they?
Okay, now I feel where you're coming from. But sometimes you just got to be quiet, sit back and watch.
That's what I did. Sit back and watch and waited for it. And it did not happen.
It ain't too late. But let me tell you something else. What he said about Rob Reiner and his family and all the things that happened at the college and things that has been going on and all those, the beach people. See, let me tell you something. God has his plan. He sits high and he looks low. Watch what's going to happen, Gerard.
Mm-hmm.
Watch. Me and you going to have a conversation again, but watch what happens.
Okay.
With all this going on.
I got you.
All this going on.
All right, my dear. Let me take these other calls. Folks calling in.
All right, sweetheart.
I appreciate you much.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
Kevin.
Hey, as always, man, thank y'all for having these conversations. Look, I'm saying the same thing over and over and over. And all of you people who think I need your validation for what I'm saying, please don't waste your time calling in and talk about me because you don't. It's an issue of mind over matter. I don't mind because you really just don't matter. I'm only interested in reaching the people who understand they are accountable for being what they want to see. Okay? If it's not you, keep that drama to yourself. Okay? Look, we are insane. Not only black people, but white people too. Clearly, we got Trump in there twice, so that's all the evidence you need. Okay? Look, we're delusional. We really are delusional. We're just not that bright, one of the two. The bottom line is this. This has been going on for 400 years for us. Quit saying, first of all, we only 10% of the voting population in the country. If we do everything right as far as voting is concerned, it still may not make a hill of beans when you're dealing with sociopathic, conscientiously stupid people who voting against their own best interests. So the only option we really have is to make sure you get your own house in order. We keep talking about culture. Culture is what you do to build your own security up, okay? You only have you. That's 10% of the population. No matter what these sociopaths do, you better have your house in order. And those of you talking about, oh, well, you're not coming with no solution. Fool, you the solution. Get busy. Get with your friends, your family, and do you. Build something that you think needs to be built for security of your community. That's it. That's all, and that's it. There's nothing else to be said about this.
Yeah, that's it. I just think, though, Kevin, when you say that, you got to go back through history, too, and take a look at the people that believe that, too, that they could build their own communities, build their own banks, put together different things in the community. And guess what happened? Every time that black folks do it, and history has shown every time that they do it, somebody comes and tears it down. You had the community.
So what, you stop? You stop after that?
You did what?
You just stop? You stop after that? After they make them tear it down every day. Every day they have to tear it down. If this is what you do, you build, that's what you do. Keep doing it.
So they can tear it down every day.
Just like they keep lying and it changes the culture. If you say it long enough, it's going to be what the reality is. Keep doing it. You don't stop doing it. You living every day. You got to keep doing what you need to do to thrive every day, even no matter what they do. In fact, don't do the same thing every day. If they tear down, find another way so they can't be so effective at tearing your stuff down. Go, like I said, go international. Malcolm did it. He went to the international community. This is not only happening here in America. This is happening all over the world. Look, just like we 10% of this population in America, white folks 10% of the population on the planet. If black people start getting together, or people of color, melanated, or no, targeted people, because they're not just targeting black people. Look at what Russia doing to those people wherever they're killing them at. Look what the Israel's doing to those people wherever they're killing them at. Those people, white people, when they come to America. This is not just happening to us. This is happening to all people who not privileged in that 1% elitist group of white people. And there's really no such thing as white people, first of all. That's an artificial political construct. They're just using that. What Trump said, he like his uneducated. He like them because he can manipulate them to do everything against their own best interest to their own demise.
All right, we got you. All right, Kevin. Thank you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Mm-hmm. So, where were we? And in that speech, you didn't see any of it? You ain't seen any of the excerpts of it?
I can't stand to hear his voice. I can't stand his sight. The TV, he comes on the TV, I change the channel. Come on the radio, I turn it. Well, I don't even listen to radio. So now.
You don't listen to the radio? You work on radio, but you don't listen to it?
This is when I listen.
Oh.
Whenever you have me play something by him, I turn the monitor down. I detest him, bro.
I was surprised. And I don't know why I was surprised, but I was surprised that the entire speech was filled with hate,
Of course.
No, I'm saying the whole speech.
Of course. What
From
do you
the
expect?
time that he began to the time that he ended, nothing positive. He started off with, when I was elected, I inherited a mess.
It's about me.
And still blaming, after 11 months, Biden and
Hey,
Obama.
he still blames President Obama.
Yep. Yeah, we did it last night.
He blames Hillary.
I ain't blame Hillary last
But
night.
he does.
But he didn't. I'm just looking at this and saying to myself, at some point in time, just like everybody else would tell you,
Man, let it go.
you got to be able to take responsibility for what you've done.
Oh, he said that he is very thin-skinned.
Who
Is
said
that-
that?
He said that somebody was asked him about taking a joke, and he sounded very thin-skinned. It was an interview. It was a while ago, but he sounded very thin-skinned because when President Obama did him in
At the
yeah
correspondence lunch and dinner.
yeah boy, you could see he wanted.
Oh yeah, he was fuming.
He was
I
fuming.
think, now this is my personal opinion, I think that the correspondence dinner
That's when he started everything.
is the reason why he ran. Because I don't think that he wanted to be the president. I think that he ran because Obama made him look so bad. Oh, but he got him. I mean, you got to think
President
about it.
Obama
I don't
did the
blame
mic drop
president.
on him.
I do not blame the president when he went after him. Because remember, he was the main one that was in the news telling everybody that Obama needed to supply his birth
The
certificate.
birth of rights.
Yep. So that, and I think he had something to do with the characters that they were putting up in all the different newspapers of him being a Muslim and having the wife as a Muslim as well, carrying AK-47s, that they were terrorists. So I just looked at it and said to myself, payback's a bitch.
Yeah, because like he's talking about ending birth of rights. Well, that means your son would have to get the hell out the country.
So with Melania.
Yep.
Now, I disagree, and I'll go ahead on and say it, that they are paying, like Netflix, Amazon, all the big money corporations are paying to play.
Mm-hmm.
They're paying to play. They just gave Melania $40 million for her to do a documentary about her being the first lady.
I hope they have an English translator.
Oh, what?
I hope they have an English translator.
So they want people to go to AMC to see the movie. And I was watching this morning as they were talking about it. A lot of folks were saying they're not going to the movie theater. If they put it on Netflix and something like that,
Ain't
they
nobody
might
gonna pay to
watch
see
it.
that.
Nobody's going to pay to see that. I don't see it.
We must get the moose and squirrel. That's what she reminds me of.
Go to
Time to
your,
go to break.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This time it's on you. Yeah.
I pull one of your
It's
one
on
of your
you.
moves.
It's on you. This one. Yeah. I need you to go to break.
When they pulled my tooth, something extra came out.
Yeah. Codeine. More coming up, folks. Everybody hold tight.
New Orleans never sleeps, and neither does WBOK. Now, every voice, every moment, and every show is in your pocket. Search WBOK Media wherever you get podcasts. Download, share, rate us 5 stars. Because when you support us, you amplify Black voices and the New Orleans culture.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom. In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
New Schools for New Orleans would like to wish all of our city's educators and families a happy holidays. As you prepare, remember to connect with family and friends, reflect on the fall semester, and set new goals for the new year. We appreciate everything you do.
Hello, New Orleans. This is Jeff Thomas. This holiday season, I pray that you have joy, love, peace, and happiness. And if you don't have those things, I pray that you have the courage, strength, and resilience to see it through. Blessings for all this holiday season.
I'm Wendell Pierce. Thanks for making WBOK your station. WBOK.
The Reality Check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks. All right, here it is now. For those of you that did not, I'm just saying, did not, we're not going to play the whole thing right now. We might play a piece of it now and then a piece of it later on. But was he angry? Was he just being divisive? It was an 18-minute speech about the United States and his administration.
Man,
We're going to play a little bit of it. And then I want y'all to call me and tell me what you think.
this is my first time seeing the actual picture of it.
Hey, look mad there on it.
Yeah, stand between. He looks like the Grinch that stole Christmas.
And that's what they called him yesterday, the Grinch that stole Christmas. They sure did. All right, go ahead.
Good evening, America. 11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it. When I took office, inflation was the worst in 48 years, and some would say in the history of our country, which caused prices to be higher than ever before, making life unaffordable for millions and millions of Americans. This happened during a Democrat administration, and it's when we first began hearing the word affordability. Our border was open, and because of this, our country was being invaded by an army of 25 million people, many who came from prisons and jails, mental institutions, and insane asylums. They were drug dealers, gang members, and even 11,888 murderers, more than 50% of whom killed more than one person. This is what the Biden administration allowed to happen to our country, and it can never be allowed to happen again. We had men playing in women's sports, transgender for everybody, crime at record levels with law enforcement, and words such as that just absolutely forbidden. We had the worst trade deals ever made, and our country was laughed at from all over the world. But they're not laughing anymore. Over the past 11 months, we have brought more positive change to Washington than any administration in American history. There's never been anything like it, and I think most would agree. I was elected in a landslide, winning the popular vote and all 7 swing states and everything else, with a mandate to take on a sick and corrupt system that really just took the wealth from people and crushed the dreams of the American people. For the last 4 years, the United States was ruled by politicians who fought only for insiders, illegal aliens, career criminals, corporate lobbyists, prisoners, terrorists, and above all, foreign nations, which took advantage of us at levels never seen before. They flooded your cities and towns with illegal aliens. They decimated your hard-earned savings. They indoctrinated your children with hate for America. They just released a level of violent felons that we had never seen to prey on innocent. They caused war. They caused mayhem. They caused a horrible situation all over the globe. But now you have a president who fights for the law-abiding, hardworking people of our country, the ones who make this nation run, who make this nation work. And after just 1 year, we have achieved more than anyone could have imagined. Starting on day one, I took immediate action to stop the invasion of our southern border. For the past 7 months, 0 illegal aliens have been allowed into our country, a feat which everyone said was absolutely impossible. Do you remember when Joe Biden said that he needed Congress to pass legislation to help close the border? He was always blaming Congress and everyone else. As it turned out, we didn't need legislation. We just needed a new president. We inherited the worst border anywhere in the world, and we quickly turned it into the strongest border in the history of our country. In other words, in a few short months, we went from worst to best. We're deporting criminals, restoring safety to our most dangerous cities. Just take a look at Washington, D.C. It's at levels of safety that we've never seen before. And they decimated the bloodthirsty foreign drug cartels. We did that all by ourselves with our people, and we're so proud of it because they were poisoning and destroying our population. Drugs brought in by ocean and by sea are now down 94%. We have broken the grip of sinister woke radicals in our schools, and control over those schools is back now in the hands of our great and loving states where education belongs. After rebuilding the United States military in my first term, and with the addition we are adding right now, we have the most powerful military anywhere in the world, and it's not even close. I've restored American strength, settled 8 wars in 10 months, destroyed the Iran nuclear threat, and ended the war in Gaza, bringing for the first time in 3,000 years peace to the Middle East, and secured the release of the hostages, both living and dead. Here at home, we're bringing our economy back from the brink of ruin. The last administration and their allies in Congress looted our treasury for trillions of dollars, driving up prices and everything at levels never seen before. I am bringing those high prices down and bringing them down very fast. Let's look at the facts. Under the Biden administration, car prices rose 22%, and in many states, 30% or more. Gasoline rose 30 to 50%. Hotel rates rose 37%. Airfares rose 31%. Now, under our leadership, they are all coming down and coming down fast. Democrat politicians also sent the cost of groceries soaring, but we are solving that too. The price of a Thanksgiving turkey was down 33% compared to the Biden last year. The price of eggs is down 82% since March, and everything else is falling rapidly. And it's not done yet, but boy, are we making progress. Nobody can believe what's going on. Here are just some of the efforts that we have underway. You will see in your wallets and bank accounts in the new year. After years of record-setting falling incomes, our policies are boosting take-home pay at a historic pace. Under Biden, real wages plummeted by $3,000. Under Trump, the typical factory worker has seen a wage increase of $1,300. For construction workers, it's $1,800. For miners, we're bringing back clean, beautiful coal. It's $3,300. And for the first time in years, wages are rising much faster than inflation. Remember that. The wages, just look at it. Wages are going up much faster than inflation. How big is that? Very importantly, there are more people working today than at any time in American history, and 100% of all jobs created since I took office have been in the private sector. Think of that. 100% of all jobs have been in the private sector rather than government, which is the only way to make a country powerful and great. This historic trend will continue. Already, I've secured a record-breaking $18 trillion of investment into the United States, which means jobs, wage increases, growth, factory openings, and far greater national security. Much of this success has been accomplished by tariffs. My favorite word, tariffs, which for many decades have been used successfully by other countries against us, but not anymore. Companies know that if they build in America, there are no tariffs, and that's why they're coming home to the USA in record numbers. They're building factories and plants at levels we haven't seen, AI, automobiles. We're doing what nobody thought was even possible, not even remotely possible. There has never, frankly, been anything like it. 1 year ago, our country was dead. We were absolutely dead. Our country was ready to fail, totally failed. Now, we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. And that's said by every single leader that I've spoken to over the last 5 months. Next year, you will also see the results of the largest tax cuts in American history that were really accomplished through our great, big, beautiful bill, perhaps the most sweeping legislation ever passed in Congress. We wrapped 12 different bills up into one beautiful bill. That includes no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, and no tax on Social Security for our great seniors. Under these cuts, many families will be saving between $11,000 and $20,000 a year, and next spring is projected to be the largest tax refund season of all time. Because of tariffs, along with the just passed One Big Beautiful Bill, tonight I am also proud to announce that more than 1,450,000, think of this, 1,450,000 military service members will receive a special
I'm sorry, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it no more. I'm in here having you heard me. I'm surprised they didn't hear me with my mic off.
I just saw you in there hollering, so I was like, oh, Lord.
He's an idiot. Pure D idiot.
You all right?
Bro, I have true hatred for this person. True hatred.
Mm.
You know how I snap off when you used to talk about road home stuff, and I would click. I then done clicked.
You clicked out?
I ain't clicked out. Not click them, but clicked.
All right, we got to go to break. We'll do some news here and come back. So let's open up the telephone lines, 504-582-9422. That's 504-582-9422. What did you get from it? Did you hear anything to make you go, I heard a lot of Biden. I heard about the previous administration.
I heard a bunch of wham, 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 me. That's all I heard.
I need you to go head on and cut your mic off altogether.
I'm going for a walk around the block.
You done clicked out. More coming up, y'all. News is next.
Campus of Xavier University. WBOK Go and Equity Media Station.
I'm Misty Jordan with BIN News Now. President Trump is doubling down on his comments, blaming the deaths of Hollywood director Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle on, quote, Trump derangement syndrome.
I think he hurt himself in career-wise. So I was not a fan of Rob Reiner at all in any way, shape, or form. I thought he was very bad for our country.
Trump said Reiner was, quote, known to have driven people crazy by his raging obsession of President Donald J. Trump. Police in Miami are investigating after a woman was found dead inside of a freezer at a Dollar Tree store. An employee made the discovery Sunday. The victim is a 32-year-old physician and mother of two. It's believed she walked into the freezer Saturday before the store closed. And Merriam-Webster is selecting slop as its 2025 Word of the Year. Get BIN News now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
Hi, folks. Welcome back. All right, the number 504-582-9422. What'd you get out of your last night's State of the... I don't even want to call it a State of the Union. I guess it's just an address to America. Chris.
What's up, Gerard?
What's going on with your big money?
Man, look, bro. You asked what did I get out of that speech?
Yep.
First of all, bro, they need to take a piss test from him, and they need to take some blood from this clown, bro, because everything that he said, I don't know what cartoon he watched to get this information, but man, you gotta be an idiot, bro, to believe everything that this man said, bro.
you really have to be an idiot, bro. I was kind of like Wick when I was watching this last night. Man, I couldn't even finish watching it, man. I really
just thought
couldn't finish
I thought he
watching
was just angry.
that too, Gerard, but what is he angry for? He keeps blaming everybody else for something that every president has to really endure. Every president has to straighten up something from the next president, especially if you Democrat or Republican. So you have to carry out your plan, the previous plan. I mean, this dude is always blaming other people for things, bro, but he never blames himself for what he's doing. I mean, this dude is just bold and ignorant, man.
Yep.
That's all I have to say, man.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know how many times he was going to bring up Biden, but I keep hearing
Exactly.
Biden. I'm like, geez, how many times you going to
And
blame him?
look, if it's not Biden, Gerard, he'll go all the way back to Obama.
Yep.
So it's always somebody else he's blaming besides his administration.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I really think that's a tactic that he has to keep people from actually knowing what, well, not knowing, but kind of get them off track from what his administration is doing. So he blames everybody else to make like a smoke screen almost, man.
So if I had to look at one thing, though, Chris, one of the things that I would look at is, and he keeps talking about, since his administration has been in, the cost of certain things have gone down, and gas is one of them. But I would say that if you want to talk about why gas prices have gone down, maybe we should look at Biden's administration, because Biden's administration was doing a lot to make sure that we as a country were going green. So a lot of the car companies started making electric vehicles instead of those gas guzzlers. So we didn't have as many vehicles that were gas guzzlers as much as we were doing green initiatives to have electric vehicles.
I totally agree with you.
So if we're
on
not
that,
using
Gerard.
as many gallons of gas, of course the price of gas is going to go down.
Right. It is going to go down. You're right about that, man.
So this might be,
like I said, dude, but
and I just say,
what
anytime
about
that you look at, anytime you look at something that's so huge and enormous, like going down gas prices or prices of gas that are eventually going down, there's always a residual effect, and that is it's going to take time.
Exactly. But what about not only gas prices, Gerard, but what about the grocery bills? I mean, he's only looking at one thing. What about homeowners insurance?
Right.
What about all of the other stuff that's still sky high that hasn't went down yet? And he's saying that everything is going down at a very, very fast rate. I don't understand this guy. Like I said, he's really delusional, and the things that he say, the things that he see, man, this guy is a clown. He's the clown, and he's got a whole circus behind him.
Well, if you look at everything, as far as those polls were concerned that the news companies were taking, it said that at least 61% of the folks that they polled saying that, they are very concerned on the way that he's running this economy. 61% say that they don't like it.
I bet. And Gerard, you know what? I think it might be more than that, because think about this. The numbers that he gave us for business growth, the economy is growing, under his administration like never before. And then all of a sudden, that was last week. Now all of a sudden these new numbers are coming in saying that unemployment is at its highest right now.
Well,
so,
if you go back and you remember, the young lady that was, I forgot her name, I need to go back and research it, that was responsible for making sure that the job growth numbers gets to the White House. She had done the numbers, and it was the lowest that we had ever seen in several years. The minute that he got those numbers, he fired her.
Sure did. I remember that. I'm on top of it, Gerard.
Yep.
Like I said, man, my wife and I, we stay on top of what's going on because it affects Everybody. Everybody is being affected by this. And the only people that are not being affected by his administration is the filthy rich. But everybody else, man, look, you being affected by this.
Yep.
That's why I think, and I'm not trying to get off of the subject, but that's why, man, we have to vote. We have to vote, man. If we don't vote, we're going to keep getting clowns like this in office, man.
Yep, you're correct.
We're going to keep getting these kind of clowns in office, man.
You are correct. All right, Chris. Always good,
Man,
my friend.
Man, thanks a lot, man. You and Wick, man, keep spreading it. Keep spreading that knowledge and information,
I
brother.
appreciate the call, my friend.
All right, man.
All right. Galloway.
What's going on, brother Gerod?
What's going on with you?
Oh man, I'm doing it well today. That's all I can say.
Did you get a chance to see that last night?
No, I was at the party. I watched it this morning.
Uh-huh.
I had to do I had to turn in that article that I had to do about that. But I'm gonna tell you this, Gerard, that Carnival Barker, he did his best impression of Grandpa Simpson. Old man yelling at the clouds last night.
What was he yelling at?
I have no idea.
It got worse as the speech went on. It was like he was getting upset.
I'm telling you, that Adderall hit him. Grandpa Simpson would take his medicine and just start yelling at the clouds. Just yelling. That's what he was doing. Because everything he was telling you was a lie. There was no $18 trillion investment into the United States.
Nope.
Even his own White House said it's 9. But you look deeper into it, nobody has really signed the deal for these rare earth minerals to get them out of there because the war in the Congo has not stopped. The war over there in Israel has not stopped.
But he said that he has solved at least 8 wars since he's been in office. I was like, what 8 wars?
He's telling an 8 lie. I'm telling you, any war he say he stopped, you just go look. And you can see these people are still fighting.
Yeah.
And one of the things that disturbed me the most when he's talking about job growth, you know what black unemployment is right now, don't you?
It's high.
7.5% is black unemployment across the nation.
Yes.
We going up on 1 million jobs in 1 year for black people only. I ain't talking about you other poor white people because, see, he gave them a lifeline that y'all didn't hear about. You know what he did today, right?
No, what you talking about?
The Trump regime encouraged white men who have experienced discrimination at work on account of their race or sex to claim money under the Federal Civil Rights Act.
What?
Gerard, if I'm lying, I'm flying, and I ain't got no wings. Go to the EEOC chair, Andrea Lucas. She did a video. If you white now, you can sue because you've been discriminated against. Encouraging these people.
Yeah, I need to read up on that one.
Brother, if you think I'm lying.
I know you're not, but I know I got to read up on that one. I need to understand it a little bit more too. And even how, I mean, that act, you're claiming something that's discriminatory with something that's discriminatory.
Exactly. You got to read Chairman Andrea Lucas' statement. She did a video. I said, you got to be playing with me. But so I reached out to them and I asked them, you know how hard it is to prove that a black person is being racially discriminated against?
Right.
That bar is so high. Is the bar going to be the same for little Johnny to walk into there and say, these black people discriminate against me? That is huge.
Well,
but, you know,
well, let me put it in perspective for some. I don't think that it will be as hard to prove. And the reason why is I have my own proof that it would not be. And that happened here in New Orleans several years ago when Harry Connick lost or said, I'm retiring as the district attorney. And we got a new district attorney, black man. And he went in there and said, see y'all later to all of those folks. And the majority of them white came out and sued the new district attorney. Now, you work at the pleasure of the new district attorney. You're not guaranteed a job. And they sued. And they won in court.
That easy.
I was like, wait a minute. How many other district attorneys did the same thing? They work for at the pleasure of the person in charge, whoever that district attorney is. And the new district attorney came in and wanted to hire his own people. And they fired him. And guess what? They took him to court and won. I was like, oh boy, that's a new day. A new day.
You're going to see more of that. I really thought you was going to bring up the new Omni Hotel that's going to replace the Civic Center.
I'm looking around and I'm saying to myself, I need to know the ins and the outs about that Omni Hotel. Because go ahead.
You know who owns Omni, right?
Which one are you talking about? Are you talking about the Omni itself, the corporation?
Yes.
Who is that?
The Hotel and Resorts. That's TRT Holdings. Robert Riley. That is that dude is more MAGA than Donald Trump.
Wow.
He's a big time Republican donor. He sits on this board. They raised $81 million last year for Republican candidates. They keep saying it took 10 years to get this deal done. Who's been in office the last 8 years in Louisiana?
Right.
Bell Edwards, right?
Right.
And then Contreras was down there. Now you got Clandry, and now you got Helena. All of a sudden, now this deal is coming up in here. Mm-hmm. But what bothers me the most is how they going to pay this man and all this stuff. It's something like 40-something years they're going to be collecting taxes off this hotel. You got to look into the devils of the detail.
Yeah.
My issue is if you use a Moriel name on that thing, are they getting paid for you using their name?
Nope.
Exactly. This is just another crazy thing. But if you're a young black person, they're getting ready to tear that convention center down. Go down there and get you a job. Go down there and do something because the money is gonna be there for you to get paid. But the guy that run it, that dude is MAGA. I'm telling you. You look into this guy. He out of Dallas, Texas. It's a private corporation.
But Galloway, I would say that the majority of the corporate heads that are CEOs are going to be MAGA. I mean, look at Facebook, look at Amazon, look at all of those big corporations that are being run by Bezos, that are being run by what's his name, Berg, the boy that's the head of Meta and Facebook and Instagram.
Zuckerberg. Yeah.
Zuckerberg. All of them are MAGA. They're not worried about no political party. They plan to whoever's in charge, and they winning.
Big time. To me, they flow where the wind goes. But this guy that's building that Omni, that's MAGA. He only wants to deal with conservatives. Mm-hmm. Now the other ones you named, they are MAGA, but they will blow with the wind. But I'm just tripping on it. It took 10 years for you to get this done. Now it's going to be this 1,000-room hotel with convention center and all this other stuff. And I'm like, But, I'm still getting into them details, man. But going back to that dude in that speech, he's giving the military active duty $1,776.
Yep.
This dude, he's trying to buy loyalty.
I make a bet with you on the air right now. He going to want his name on the checks.
Every single one of them checks. And they're going to be done auto pen.
Yep.
He ain't going to sign all of them.
He ain't going to sign all of them. And I still have not figured out why everybody has a problem with auto pen.
None. I have no problem. No problem with no auto pen.
I mean, we got folks that receive checks from big corporations every single day with auto pen. Them folks ain't signing those checks. Those that's stamped on and auto pen.
When you retire the military, you get your DD-214. That's your discharge.
Right.
Then you get your retirement certificate, retirement thing, and then you get a letter of appreciation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of them signatures on there was from that person. They was all auto pen.
Yep.
I know it is.
Look, when you apply for or do an application online, me, you, and the dog named Boo. If we do an application online, if you apply for a job online, at the end of that page, it says everything that you have stated on this application is true and will be investigated. Sign your name. They let you auto pen and sign somebody. Your signature is not the signature through a computer.
Exactly. That's why I have no idea why people talking about, auto pen Joe. I'm like, what are you talking about? Nothing is signed no more. Nobody gonna sit there.
And none of that took off. But none of it took off. They thought it was gonna take off, but oh my God. I was like, that's not gonna take off. Everybody uses auto pen, including the average person.
And before I get on the phone, I want to address this Joe Kerr. You're talking about how many jobs are open. You have not said a word about how many black people, especially black women, have lost their jobs under Donald Trump, sir, or ma'am, whoever you are. You got to look at this. I'm talking about black people losing jobs, middle class jobs, jobs that put them folks open in in Maryland, that one of the richest neighborhoods for black people. How many of them folks lost their jobs? So, Joe, if you're going to put stuff out there talking about how many of these jobs are open, why don't you put how many jobs that Donald Trump and Elon Musk under Doge, black people lost jobs?
So one of the things they don't understand, and a lot of folks don't understand, I understand it, and Galloway, I know that you understand it. One of the biggest employers of African-American middle-class folks has been the United States government. We are military. We never talk about how many of us get military and end up being career military folks that go 20, 30 years, retire before they're 65, retire when they're 45 and 50 years old, and getting a check and don't have to ever work again. Other part of it is we don't understand how many African-American middle-class folks work for the post office, because we're the ones that keep, through rain, sleet, shine, or whatever, we're the ones that's usually out there doing those jobs. And I tell you what, look how many of us end up in private corporations like UPS. Because look, I used to work for UPS.
Mm-hmm.
That ain't no little job neither. Working for those carriers, you got to be able to move and think on your feet.
Exactly.
Pick up. I think you got to pick up something. What was it? 65 pounds. You had to pick them up. You got to move those trucks. Not only the little brown trucks, but what we don't hear about is the number of us that are part of the union, because that's Teamsters, and you got to be able to drive those 18-wheelers from one point to the other point. So,
and you're so correct, Brother Gerard. You're so correct. I keep telling folks, man, if you go into that DMV area and you see the amount of the folks, it's a GS, the GS workers throughout that federal government.
Mm-hmm.
The majority of them were black women, and there's a lot of black men. Just like I did 20 years in the military, I retired.
Mm-hmm.
I get two checks. I get my retirement check, and I get my disability check. My disability check limits me to working so many hours.
All right.
It's 100%. But I work as an educator, and I work through the federal system education.
All right.
So that's another federal job. Even though I'm not full time, I'm only part time. But that's still, when I turn 60, I turn 62 or 65, I get another check. It's not a full retirement, but it is another check.
All right.
So I know exactly what you're talking about. But I just hate when folks sit there and say all these jobs out here, all those jobs out there are created by that dummy in our office right now.
Yep.
I'm telling you, he's creating jobs that he knows not going to be filled. That's one thing also. All the jobs, he does not want to see nobody that look like me and you actually get another career.
Mm-hmm.
But his people are not smart. His people only get a lot of stuff through hand-me-downs. Me and you, we got to earn it. We got to put 10 toes on the ground, rain, sleet, or snow to get out.
Right. And one of the things I think that we have to teach our folks, and I'm just being honest with you, I'm talking to black folks. One of the things that I know that I've had at least three advisors, financial advisors, say the same thing, that we have to teach our kids, get you some life insurance. And get that life insurance when you're young, and get that life insurance when you're healthy and young. And
yes.
That little $21 that you get and pay right now, you never know what's going to happen to you, number one. And then number two, if you in the military, if you get that life insurance and you put that program that's behind you, you can get anything. And then if something happens to you, your family will be taken care of for the remainder of their lives.
And please explain to them the difference between a whole and a term insurance policy. You got to. You got to. You know, Gerard, I'm going to tell you this real quick story I'm going to get off. About 8 years ago, when I retired, I had a partner, needed to get buried. I say this, and I went down there and to his funeral, I say, this is the last time I'm going to put my money into somebody my age funeral. $20 a month.
Yep.
You can sit there and put him in the ground with no problem.
With none.
I don't do it for the fish fries, and I don't do it for all that other stuff.
Right.
No.
But
So that was a true story.
Yep. Yeah. And some of the look, I'm gonna tell you this because I just know because when I got it in the mail, I got AAA. I got AAA because number one, I don't want to be stuck on side of the highway, and at some point in time, you will be. I don't wish that on nobody, but you will be on side of the highway because your car broke down or you had a flat tire. Something happened. You call them people, they come out and they do it.
Yes.
But the other part of that is they also offer you some of the best life insurance you could probably think of.
Yep.
I was looking at it. I was getting $100,000 worth of life insurance, and they were like, for your age, you're going to pay a whole lot more than everybody else. But they were like, nah, because I had senior life. But what I was paying in senior life was $100 a month. I could get $100,000 worth of insurance from AAA life insurance for $60 a month. I called AAA. I talked to them for about an hour trying to make sure I got everything correct.
I'm telling you, Gerard, I keep expressing that stuff to folks, man, about life insurance and car insurance, and you're so right about AAA. I drive, and anybody know me, they know I will get in that truck and I will drive from Texas to Chicago. It does not matter to me because I know I got that AAA. I got these insurance policies.
Yep.
If my battery won't start, they got to send somebody out there.
And they gonna
come jump my battery off.
And well, either that or they gonna have that truck out there where they can just go back in the bed of the truck and get you a new battery.
Get you a new one. You so right. You hit that on point, man.
Yep.
But you know that stuff kind of disturbed me today about that hotel. But I got to read more into the devils of that detail.
Yeah, me too.
And that Homer Simpson grandpa screaming man. Listen, folks, y'all don't believe that stuff.
Nah.
You know, you look into that big beautiful bill. I'm pretty sure you'll find where that money was already supposed to be allotted to the active duty people.
Yep.
And then you know what he did with the Kennedy Center today, his own people. But Joyce Beatty came out and said it was not a unanimous vote.
It sure was not. It was not a unanimous vote. And I'm thinking to myself, why would they even allow him to even think about changing that Kennedy Center name to Trump-Kennedy Center? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So.
All right, brother. I hear that music, man. But thanks for taking my call, man. I'll get at you tomorrow, brother.
All right, Galloway. We'll holler.
All right.
We got more coming up, y'all. Everybody hold tight.
This is the Bloomberg Black Business Beat. Duke & Dame is a black-owned, caramel-flavored whiskey brand that doesn't compromise where other flavored liquors might. Amani McCauley is co-founder of Duke & Dame, and he talked to Bloomberg about how the drink works great as a mixer, but with the quality that even the most selective whiskey drinker will appreciate.
What I love about Duke & Dame is how versatile it is. It blends well with everything. All your traditional whiskey cocktails, your old-fashions, your whiskey sours.
But if you're clamoring for a high-end flavored tequila or vodka from Duke & Dame, McCauley says his company doesn't plan to rush into anything new.
We don't plan on introducing 20 different flavors. We really want to be thoughtful around, in the same way that the caramel kind of gives you that nostalgic feeling. It takes you back to the Werther's original when your grandma's purse, right? We want to make sure that everything we create kind of brings you back that home feeling.
Duke and Dame is available at select stores, bars, and restaurants in Florida, Michigan, and New York. I'm Bloomberg's Justin Milliner on the Black Business Beat.
Working as a dedicated Fidelity advisor, I always ask, what's important to you? I'll look at those priorities and goals alongside your full financial picture to build a comprehensive plan designed to help grow and protect your wealth. With proactive portfolio insights and an eye on taxes, I'm here to help you make the most of your money. I'm Laura Maxwell, and I'm a dedicated Fidelity advisor. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC, member NYSE, SIPC.
Are you like everybody else in the world who has no idea what to get everyone for the holidays? Well, you're in luck. We got you. Hands-free Skechers slip-ins. Because with hands-free Skechers slip-ins, you just step into them and they're on. There's no bending down, no touching, no fuss. Plus, Skechers slip-ins come in everyone's favorite styles and colors. And you can get slip-ins everywhere stylish footwear is sold, including a Skechers store. Or if you're too busy to shop in person, just get them online at Skechers.com, Amazon, and more.
It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
As this year comes to a close, I want to end on a note of confidence. Confidence in our country, confidence in our people, and confidence in the democratic ideals that have guided us for nearly 2.5 centuries. There are voices today predicting the collapse of democracy, warning that authoritarianism is inevitable, and suggesting that the American experiment is nearing its end. I am not among them. I have listened carefully to the mood of the country in conversations, in communities, and across generations, and I find that the majority of Americans remain deeply committed to the ideals established by our forefathers in the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. Those who fear that the greatest social experiment in the history of mankind is on the brink of dissolution may not be students of our history. This nation has endured some of humanity's darkest chapters and survived them. Not because we were perfect, but because we were persistent. We began with the near destruction of Native American nations. We endured the moral stain of slavery, followed by a brutal civil war that tested whether this union could survive at all. We lived through the cruelty of Jim Crow, the exclusion and demonization of immigrants, the systematic suppression of women's voices, and the ongoing struggle for equal access to the ballot for communities of color. These injustices were not anomalies. They were defining tests, and at each turning point, progress was pushed forward by ordinary people who refused to surrender the promise of freedom and justice for all. Progress did not arrive quickly, quietly, or without sacrifice, but it arrived because the majority of Americans ultimately chose principle over fear and inclusion over division. That is the enduring strength of this nation. Not blind optimism, but hard-earned resilience. Not perfection, but a shared belief that we can and must do better. Democracy has always been noisy, contentious, and fragile, yet it has proven remarkably durable because it is sustained by citizens who understand that its survival depends on their participation, vigilance, and courage. So as we look to the future, I remain hopeful, not because the challenges before us are small, but because our capacity to confront them has been proven time and again. We are held together by the quiet decency of millions who still believe in the rule of law, the dignity of every human being, and the promise of equal justice under that law. And as we continue this unfinished journey, we would do well to remember the words written by theologian Theodore Parker and made popular by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends towards justice. This is Norman Robinson. Off the top.
Tired of the impersonal, one-size-fits-all style of banking? You deserve a bank that delivers exceptional service and personalized attention to your needs. That's the Home Bank Standard. Since 1908, Home Bank has been a trusted financial partner for businesses and families because we go the extra mile to help you reach your goals. See for yourself why Home Bank is good for business, good for life. Stop by any New Orleans area location or find out more at home24bank.com. Home Bank, member FDIC.
You've got responsibilities, but that doesn't mean your dreams are on hold. At Southern University at New Orleans, our evening and weekend college is designed with your life in mind. Finish your degree, start a new one, on your time, your degree, your schedule. No excuses, just opportunity. Visit suno.edu and make your next move today.
There's a Jewish saying that if you save one life, you save the world. And in the New Testament, Jesus said, whatever you do for the least of these, my brethren, you do for me. Whatever your religious or ethical beliefs, let's all come together to help house the homeless this winter. High rents and federal budget cuts are causing more of our neighbors to fall into homelessness. Your donation for rent assistance and the basics to furnish apartments makes a big difference. Please help the most vulnerable by giving to the nonprofit Unity of Greater New Orleans at unitygno.org. That's unitygno.org.
Hi, this is Wendell Pierce, partner at WBOK. And I'd like to wish you and your family a very happy holiday season from all of us here at WBOK 1230 AM.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, we're back. Don't forget at 6 today, we got Arnie and Carrie coming in to ask a the best of? Okay. The best of Arnie and Carrie at 6 o'clock this evening. So make sure you check it out right here at WBOK. Our number 504-582-9422. So, you don't want to go back and play the rest of it?
I already closed it.
Open it back up.
Bro. I've gotten into a good mood. Let's not.
That's a good mood.
Let's not digress.
You're in a good mood there.
Yeah, I'm in a good mood right now.
Okay.
Let's not digress, please. I think everybody else feels my same sentiments.
No, they don't.
They
feel good about it.
Anita says she'll throw the radio through the window.
You believe everything Anita say. Anita ain't talking about nothing. She just agree with you. That's all.
Uh-huh.
Nita, she know. Nita online with us, by the way. So,
we're supposed to be talking about something else.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, when you said, it made me think about it.
So, coming back down chill to have some conversation with you. Two things I'm going to bring up. But I know I got to have this conversation because this conversation made me go, y'all got to be kidding me. What are we teaching our kids? So for those of you that have not seen it, they're playing it all over the news today. And it is the bus driver of one of the yellow buses that bring the kids to school in a all-out brawl with one of the kids on the bus and her mama. She is by herself swinging on the mother and the child. Somebody please tell me they saw this. Am I by myself? And it made me ask the question, Lord, what are we teaching our children? Because they got video of it. Somebody is actually standing there videoing an all-out brawl on a bus between the bus driver, the mama, and the daughter. Is it me? Now, the bus driver's suing. Is it me? Somebody please tell me that they saw this besides me. I know that some of y'all done seen it. I know that's somebody's friend. I know that's somebody's mama. I know that's somebody's girl that go to school with my child. I know that's some... Come on. Somebody please tell me I'm wrong. But why in the world is this mama on the bus with her child beating up the school bus driver? got video of it. So who is standing there with the phone filming it?
The person that was worried about being on World Star Hip Hop, that's what they were doing. Well, I'm going to film this. That's what people do nowadays. Instead of helping, they rather stand there and film. I could go viral with this. Yeah, but you got somebody getting their butt kicked, and you're not going to try to stop it?
They double teamed the bus driver, but she held her own though. She held her own. I'm sorry, I'm judging that fight, huh?
She got some good ones in there.
She got some good licks.
Yeah.
And she had them by the hair.
Yeah, I'm surprised that weave didn't come out that. Let me stop. Let me
See.
just stop.
See.
Pieces of braids all over the place.
Did we send you the video?
Now how are people gonna see the video?
No, I mean it's a story. It's a story by Fox 8. Did I send it to you?
No, you didn't.
I need you to play it.
Yeah, send it to me.
So
as long as it's not Trump's thing, I will play it.
So let me go ahead on and warn folks that there is a possibility that you may hear some profanity.
Make the disclaimer, please.
I think they beat most of it out because it was on television. But there is a possibility that you could hear.
All right, I got it.
And I'm thinking to myself, is this what it comes down to? That you're listening to your if my child gets on a bus and is in a fight or having some type of altercation with the bus driver, first thing I'm going to do is ask what happened. Second thing I'm going to do is you sit down. Don't you worry about nothing. You sit down. You just ride the bus, sit down. When you get off the bus, we'll go to the office and have the conversation. But to sit there and swing on a woman, and I ain't talking about one time. Now, you got to protect yourself. You got to protect yourself. But you standing on the seat of the bus.
Cheering it on.
Swinging.
It's upbringing.
And your mama is calling you what? The bitch.
Yeah.
You better hear the bitch. I'm like,
oh, now see, I wasn't gonna say that, but
no, I'm saying it. I'm thinking to myself, that's how you talk to your kids?
That's how you raise your child?
So the story goes like this. You got it already? You got it? Okay. But the story goes like this. Former New Orleans bus monitor says there's no movement in her case. She has a case after a local high school student and her mama attacked her allegedly on the school bus in August. This happened in August, okay? What do you mean no movement? Let's hear the story. Here we go.
Former New Orleans bus monitor says there's no movement in her case after a local high school student and her mother allegedly attacked her on a school bus in August. As Gabby Killett reports, Tamika Jackson calls the road to recovery painful and complicated.
Tamika Jackson's last few months have been about recovery.
Sometimes I catch myself crying. I get in my moments, because I feel like justice still haven't been served.
That's because a McDonough 35 high school student and her mother allegedly attacked her on a school bus she was working on in August after she told the student she couldn't sit in the back of the bus. She had bite marks, scratches, and many of the braids she wore pulled out of her head. Now she says an MRI also shows irregularities in her finger, thumb, and knee.
For me to be the person that I am, I'm a sweet, nice person. So for them to do that to me, it's still upsetting.
And still, despite video evidence she and her husband believe vindicates her, a disturbing the peace charge against her in municipal court stands, without any other charges filed against the alleged attackers.
I want my wife's name vindicated. Disturbing the peace charge while being attacked, I think that's kind of like a slap in the face. So I just want to get this over with, get the reprieve, and also, this is also hindering her from going back to work.
The Jacksons say Tamika received the summons alongside the student and mother accused, but that when they showed up to an initial court date, municipal court told them their case hadn't been logged into the system. They say they went to police to press charges when they received video of the fight, but that police said once the summons were issued, they had to wait for the municipal court case to play out.
I try not to think about it because every time I think about it, I get upset.
Yeah.
You know, but again, I just don't understand. I just trying to let it slide through the cracks. I don't want that to happen, you know.
As their family heals, Johnny Jackson has a message to share.
The parents definitely need to start holding their kids accountable, right? You have to hold your kids accountable. You are the guardian of your child.
He says it's the right thing to do.
We reached out to the city's communications office and the New Orleans Police Department to give us some more insight as to where the case stands. We haven't yet heard back. John.
All right, there you go. That's from Fox 8. We appreciate them for letting us use their audio. So, I mean, this story made me scratch my head because when I heard that she got cited and not the child and the mama, the bus driver did. I was like, wait a minute, how'd that happen? I need to read the police report. So I'm trying to find the police report. But the other part of this is as I look at the video, your mama on the bus fighting. Your mama had to go up them steps and go down the aisleway to throw a punch. Ain't that called confrontation? Maybe it's me. But I was like, your mama on the bus. Not only that, when you look at the video, did you see any other kids on that bus? No other kids were on that bus. What y'all doing on the bus with the bus driver? What happened? This lady is all broken up. And I don't think that it's, play. Y'all heard her voice. She broken up. And why you and your mama fighting at all? But he don't know what we went through. Well, as I go through the story, it tells me a whole bunch of different stuff. But I'm looking at you swinging. I'm looking at the hair being pulled. I'm looking at you standing on the seat, swinging on the school bus. And that, to me, is enough that you fighting grown folks, but your mama let you do it. So what we expect.
No respect for authority whatsoever.
And grown folks. All right, let's take the break. We'll take the break. We'll come back. More in just a minute. We'll take your call. Cedric, hold on. We're coming right back. More in just a minute, y'all. 504-582-9422.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris.
11 months ago, I inherited a mess, and I'm fixing it.
But is he really, or is the president gaslighting Americans? In a speech last night to the nation, Trump unleashed an 18-minute tirade blaming former President Biden and Democrats for, quote, 48-year worse inflation, a border invasion of 25 million criminals, and economic collapse, while peddling claims of zero crossing, stopping inflation, settling 8 wars, and having the hottest economy ever. But he dodged the reality that families are still battling a 3% inflation, 4.4% unemployment. For African Americans, that number is around 7%, and soaring rents. Border crossings are far from zero, and wages lag costs for most Black and brown communities and working class households. Tariffs that he loves and touts are jacking prices up further. For AURN News, I'm Ebony McMorris.
Norman Robinson is back.
Can you hear me now?
And he's taking no prisoners.
Can you hear me now?
Each weekday, Norman Robinson brings you commentary with Off the Top.
The incident was shocking, disturbing, disgusting, disappointing, and sad.
Each weekday, Off the Top with Norman Robinson is heard exclusively right here. It's Off the Top with Norman Robinson on WBOK 1230 AM.
Meet Leanna, a part-time chef and full-time mom.
In the past, Leanna didn't have health insurance because she didn't think she could afford it. What she didn't realize is she qualified for Medicaid. She loves the coverage and peace of mind that comes with high-quality care. The kind of care you get with Healthy Blue. This is Medicaid, and it's for more people than you think. Maybe even you. To see if you qualify, go to myhealthybluela.com.
Visit DePaul's new Algiers Health Center at 2801 General de Gaulle Drive to receive primary and preventive care for both adults and children. Services also include behavioral health, imaging, and on-site pharmacy, vision, Medicaid enrollment assistance, and more. For appointments, visit DePaulCommunityHealthCenters.org or call 504-207-3060.
This is The Law in Your Legacy. I'm attorney Pete Hamilton.
I'm attorney Ryan Hamilton.
If you had $1 million, would you leave it to an 18-year-old?
Hopefully not, but that's exactly what can happen with a simple will. The money goes straight to your kids when they hit the legal age, no guardrails.
A trust lets you control when and how they receive their inheritance. You can set ages, milestones, or even make sure they finish school first.
Give them security, not a spending spree.
This is not legal advice. That's just a tip brought to you by Liberty Bank and Trust. For more information, go to libertybank.net or contact us at 504-915-5016.
This is Dr. Jaquil Ross from New Schools for New Orleans, wishing everyone a warm and inviting holiday season.
Here we go. The reality check on WBOK 1230 AM.
All right, folks, welcome back. Welcome back. Our number 504-582-9422. What you say, Cedric? Thanks for holding.
Hey, Gerard, how you doing, brother?
Good, man. How you doing?
Doing great. But Gerard, that wasn't the bus driver. That was what they called the aide.
The monitor.
The monitor, yeah.
Okay.
And the school bus. I know a professional school bus driver. You know, that's a hell of a job. You got all those kids. Then you got to worry about traffic. You got this big machine you're operating.
So
but
the lady that's the monitor,
nobody's supposed to get on that bus.
Huh?
Nobody.
Nobody what?
Nobody's supposed to get on that bus.
Right. Okay,
Only
because as I look
two.
at the video, there is nobody else as far as kids are concerned sitting in those seats. They are not on the bus. So if this is the monitor, how did the monitor get on the bus, and how did is the monitor riding on the bus? What is it? I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm not
the monitor
fully
rides
up to date.
on the bus, but what happened to the bus driver though?
Right. He ain't even break it up.
Because they're not supposed to get past the school bus is an extension of the school building.
Okay.
And the bus driver is like the teacher. You in charge of that classroom, that bus or whatever. You're responsible.
So
Ain't
what's the
nobody coming in and out
responsibilities
doors
of
or
the
whatever.
monitor? What's the responsibilities of the monitor?
Well, the monitor is the ones that sort of like keep order.
Well, it looked like that. There was no order kept in this one.
Well. See, then Gerard, then when you got ignorant people that be holding with their children with that kind of foolish, man, come on, man.
Because I'm like, how did this lady get on the bus?
And Gerard, that could have went vigilante.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't take no butt whippings. Everybody ain't worried about, give me a couple of dollars and that's going to be the end of it. Everybody don't feel that way, man. That could have been horrible.
Well, this lady seems to be petrified.
That lady, man, and the day when they first showed it, when I seen it from the beginning on the news and all that, but the one today, man, when she that lady there, her voice was trembling, man. I feel her pain, bro.
And look at the video because they're showing the video on Fox 8. But to look at that video, it made me ask the question: who's filming?
But in the thing, I don't know. But in the
there
thing
are no
about
kids
Gerard,
on this bus.
Everybody got all kind of film and everything on it, but can't nobody get this lady no help.
Right. You sitting there filming while this mama and her daughter.
Man, that's that viral stuff. That's that internet foolishness, man. You know.
I mean, just think if let me put it this way. Just think, and God knows, I hope that no real danger was to this lady as far as her being hurt. But just think if that lady got hurt. And you sitting up there filming while the mama and the child are beating the crap out of this lady. Just think if something had happened to the point where she had to be toted off of that bus and taken to the hospital and could still be in there. And I'm thinking to myself as I see this, why are you filming and not helping? Because the child is standing on the seat of the bus.
And Gerard, that lady, you can tell that lady ain't about that, man. That lady just trying to do a little job and get some money. Now, if she'd got hold to the wrong somebody, that could have really been bad. I know some people that fighting on that bus might have not went that way.
Right.
Then they could have went vigilante. That's horrible. But all the news people got it on. Now we got it on, but nobody getting that lady no help.
But what do you think about this? I mean,
that's horrible.
It's just too many unknown questions. And
the
other part
main
of this is
question
she's saying
where's the bus driver?
Where's the bus driver? That's number one. And then if you do look at the whole video that they're showing on television, what you will see at the end of that video is somebody with a yellow jacket ends up in the back while they're fighting.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who that person is, but it made me ask the question, well, where'd they come from?
And then with telephones and you got ignorant people, it might have been another ignorant child on a bus because that little girl, she probably was a bully on the bus.
I can tell you another thing, too.
She was a bully on the bus and nobody could do nothing about her or whatever. The bus driver could, put her, go to the school and say, well, somebody, you can suspend them from your bus.
Well, I will tell you this much, too. And I don't mean no disrespect for anybody else at school. But when I heard this was McDonough 35,
what?
That made me ask the question. Because McDonough 35, they don't play. As much pride as I hear coming from the Ron Eagles, this some old ignorant mess right here. This some old, you know what, doo-doo.
Yeah. And it smells real bad, bro.
And it's stinking. It's just basically.
And if you go to smelling something too long, it goes through your nose.
If
and
it
that
smells something
in your mouth,
stinking, you know what it is. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I'm surprised. I hope this lady gets some type of redemption because she says she's been waiting since August.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Well, I'm more than anything, I hope she got some kind of counselor, somebody she going to see. More than anything else, because you can tell, man. If she say, "When I think about it, she gonna be a mess, bro."
Well, she need to do a couple of things. She need to have a conversation
if you're a person that may have never been in no kind of humbugs or been in no fights or nothing before.
Well, she need to make sure that she gets an attorney.
Fighting or something, but
she need to get an attorney. She need to get talked to whoever the school bus system works through because the schools usually don't have their own buses. They rent or they lease buses from a school bus company. So they need to have a conversation with them, and they need to have a conversation with authorities because I was surprised that she got a summons and she got charged. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I missing here? I'm missing something. So we'll see.
Yeah.
All right, Cedric.
All right,
thank
Gerard.
you, brother.
Take care, man.
Always good. We done? You still in a bad mood? You gonna be all right?
All right.
Yeah. You gonna be all right. All right, y'all. That's gonna wrap things up for me. I appreciate everybody for being a part of the conversation on today. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see tomorrow. Will the attorney extraordinaire join us tomorrow? We hope so anyway. We'll see if Suzette Bagnaris is going to be in the building. Y'all have a great rest of the evening. We will see you on tomorrow. Y'all be good.